Hello, friends. Welcome to the podcast today. I'm so glad that you could join me. Today is our first live video podcast. I'm going to start recording my podcasts live with video and putting them on in my Facebook group so that you guys can either watch the video or listen to the audio on the podcast app or both. So I've decided to record the video portion because there's so many times that I wish on the podcast I could show you things. And with a video, I can do that. And now I have my Facebook group to put them in. And I'm also going to put them on YouTube, start putting them on YouTube. So the video aspect is going to be so valuable for me to be able to show you the things that I want to show you. So, we are going to start this episode with video. So, today we are going to be talking about vacation packing. Okay. So, the podcast episode for today is called Capsule Packing for Travel. Look put together without overpacking. Who can give me an amen, right? You guys know I've traveled a lot in the last year and a half or so, and I've gotten really good at packing with just a carry-on. And I thought that it would be fun for me to show you guys how to pack smart but still be stylish. Okay. So I'm going to help you pack smarter for your vacations so that you can create a versatile, stylish wardrobe while you're on vacation that fits in a carry-on and works for both casual days and dinners out. Because as you guys know, if you followed my Instagram or my Facebook pages in the last year and a half, I have gone to places where I've needed both casual and a little bit more elevated outfits. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So, have you ever opened your suitcase on day 2 of your vacation and realized that you brought 17 tops but nothing to wear? Who has done that before? I know I have been in the place where I have done that. So, I'm going to help you today figure that out. We are going to focus on interchangeable pieces. So, tops that work with shorts for the day and like a maxi skirt at night, or tops that will work for a pair of jeans for the day as you're touring and walking around and whatever. But then also, you could put a blazer on and switch out your shoes for a dinner out. Okay. So that you can pack fewer pieces, but that you feel super amazing with, and you feel like you can swap them out for casual versus nights out. Okay. That's my favorite thing to do when I'm packing, is to look at my outfits as a casual piece, an outfit that can go casual, and then what can I add to it that can level up that outfit. Okay. So we are going to also focus on the fabrics. So think of this like a, a pair of jeans versus some linen pants. Okay. And how you would wear both of those for different reasons on your trip. Because a pair of jeans is going to take up more space in your carry-on than a pair of linen pants. That doesn't mean that you don't want to pack jeans. You certainly can pack jeans, but I always think about, if I want to pack jeans for my vacation, I'm probably going to wear them to the airport because they take up less room, or they take up more room in my carry-on than I maybe have room for. But then other times, I don't, if I, like when I went to England just recently, I didn't want to wear jeans on the plane because it was a really long trip. It was 9 hours or something like that. So I packed my jeans and my carry on, but that also came into consideration when I was packing other things as well, because the jeans were going to be packed versus when I was going to be wearing them. I have three tips that I want to talk to you about. So the first one is to build like a mini capsule for your trip. Now, a lot of people want a capsule vacation wardrobe, like a capsule wardrobe for their vacations, and they just want to be able to like take that capsule on every vacation. Maybe you could do that, but I like clothes and I like to dress for the vacation that I'm going on. And so when I say vacation capsule, I don't mean a capsule that you're going to take on every vacation. I mean, you're going to look at your vacation and where are you going or your trip and what's your trip requirements. And we're going to build a capsule for that trip so that you have a capsule and you know that you have outfits for everything that you're going to be doing on that particular trip. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be talking about. Like, this is a per trip capsule. So when I was thinking about when I was going to London, I created a capsule for my trip to London. And when I went to North Carolina to see my niece, I created a capsule for that particular trip because I was going to be, helping my niece with her baby. So we didn't really go out um, touring. Like, I didn't go see North Carolina when I was in North Carolina. I was mostly just with my niece at home, right? So that vacation capsule looked a lot different than my capsule looked when I went to London. Okay. So I am going to create a PDF checklist of this episode and it will be in the Facebook group. So if you're not in my Facebook group, you're going to need to go to Facebook and go to the Stylish Professional and join that group. And that's where you'll be able to access this freebie. I'll probably put it in the show notes as well, but you're going to want to see the video if you're listening to this on the podcast app. You're going to want to go to the Facebook group anyway. I'm going to take out my earring for those of you watching the video because I think it's bunking my microphone. Um, So I'm going to create a checklist for you so that this is on a PDF because I just always like checklists and I think that's helpful. So number one is to build a mini capsule wardrobe for your trip. So this is what you're going to want to do as you're building the capsule wardrobe for this trip. You're going to want to pick a color palette that mixes and matches everything. Okay. So when I go on a trip, I think, what colors am I going to want to wear while I'm there? So when I go to Florida to do my friend's hair, I always want to go to the beach and I want to look like I'm in Florida. So I usually pack colors like what I'm wearing today. I pack lots of blues, like turquoise, and my color palette is on the lighter side. So think of like seafoam green or coral or baby pink or lavender. Like, those are my color palettes. And so when I'm going to Florida or anywhere that there's like warmer weather, those are the colors that I'm going to be looking for in my closet. Those are the colors that I'm going to be pulling out for me. But I'm also going to make sure that I have some neutrals like denim, white, tan. Those are key neutrals for my color palette just in general. So I'm going to make sure that I have a couple of those neutral tones as well. And then you're going to want to look at like interchangeable tops and shorts and skirts that are going to mix and match with all of those colors. Okay. And then you're going to want to include a couple of power pieces that make you feel really, really great. So for me in general, um, I have a couple of lighter fabric blazers that, like a linen blazer. I have a linen blazer that is tan that if I'm going to be going someplace that I'm going to go out to dinner, or I'm going to, be at a meeting or something like that, then I'm going to pack that tan blazer that I have, because it's linen, so it's easy to pack, it's easy to fold up, and it's small. I can pack it up pretty small, and also I can just hang it, and it will um, not be super wrinkled. If I get it to the hotel or wherever I'm going and I take it out and hang it up, then it usually just is wrinkle free. So that's also a bonus. So think about that when you're packing, is the fabrics of the clothes that you're going to pack, and if you're going to need a steamer or an iron or something like that, make sure that you know ahead of time if you're going to have that access, at the hotel or wherever you're staying. You're going to want to make sure that you have that. Okay. Um, so the first thing is, for the first thing that I think of is, what are the colors that I want to wear? What's my color palette? And make sure that I have tops and shorts and um, Levi's or pants or maxi skirts, whatever, that interchange with those colors. And then what fabrics am I going to be packing? So I know if I need to have an iron or a steamer, or if I don't have access to an iron or a steamer, then that's going to come in when I pack my for my trip. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure that everything that you pack, every item that you pack, can go with everything. Okay, so this is going to come up in number two, the point number two, the tip number two. But when you are packing, you want to make sure that everything kind of goes together, because you're sometimes, when I get to my destination, I like, oh, I didn't think about this or that. And so then I look in my suitcase and see how I can mix and match differently than maybe I had planned when I packed. And if everything goes together, if the color palette works and everything goes together, then I can make outfits that are maybe different than I had planned. Okay. So that leads me into number two. Plan for your trip with outfits. Don't just plan the clothes. Okay. So just recently, I helped one of my clients pack for a trip, and I went over to her house and we just laid out outfits all over her bed, and based on where she was going and what she was doing. Now, she had, for this trip, I think she was gone for like 6 days. And the first 3 days, she was going to be visiting a friend. And then the next 3 days, she was on a business trip. So she needed two different wardrobes, basically, because the first part of the trip, she was going to be hanging out with her girlfriend, and they were going to be going, to the beach or just hanging out or going to dinner or whatever. And so she felt like she needed a couple of outfits that were a little bit more casual. But then on the second half of her trip, she was going to be at a conference for her business. And so she needed blazers and heels or whatever, right? So she was stressed out because she was like, I don't know how to plan my trip and put everything in a carry-on when I need two different things. I'm dressing for two different parts of the trip. And so what we did was we figured out what she was going to need for the first part of her trip, that she was going to be with her girlfriend. And it turned out she was going to need a lot of swimming suits and a lot of like cover ups, and maybe some linen pants that she could just pull on over top of her swimming suit. And so we packed that stuff, or we pulled that stuff out, put it on our bed. And then the travel in between, from the first part of her trip to the second part of her trip, she was just going to wear the same thing that she wore to get to their first destination. She was going to wear that same outfit. So that was super easy. She was like, "Oh, I can just wear the same thing that I wore then, because I'm just wearing it on the plane. Once I get there, I'm going to change. We're going to go do this other thing." So I could totally just wear that same outfit. Great. So that outfit isn't actually going to be in her carry on. She's not packing that in her carry on because it's going to be on her body when she's got everything all packed up. So, bonus tip, that outfit's kind of a free outfit, because it doesn't actually have to be packed in your suitcase, but it can be used as an outfit on your trip. So, pro hack there. Okay. So, what we did with hers and what I recommend that you do is you figure out where you're going to be and what you're going to do on your trip, and then plan outfits and put them out on your bed for said walking tour or beach day or, you know, conference dinner out or whatever it is. You're going to put the outfit together on your bed, shoes, everything. Put the outfit out on your bed and then go to the next day. What are you going to do for the next day? And what outfit do you want to have for that day? Put all of your outfits out on the bed, plan the outfits. Okay. Then what I want you to do is go look at the outfits that you've got on your bed and what can you like wear together? Can you wear these shoes with these two outfits as well so that you don't need a separate pair of shoes for each outfit? Where can you condense things and put things together? So, like things together. I can wear this pair of shoes with this outfit, and this outfit. I can wear this pair of shoes on this walking tour and also when I go to the beach or when I go like wherever, right? So you're going to make sure that you have the outfits that you need for the specific things that you're doing. And then you mix and match and kind of pare those down so that you are wearing multiple outfits and multiple pieces for um, all of the things that you're doing. Okay. So I also recommend, so that we're not overpacking, when you've got all your outfits out on the bed, it's easier for you to see what are outfits that are a little bit more elevated that I could wear on, the nights that we have a dinner out, or if you're going to a conference that you can wear for that conference or whatever. Where can you have more of your outfits working for more of the things that you're doing? Okay. This is going to prevent your just in case outfits. Like, how many of us are like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to do this, so I better put this in just in case. I better put this in just in case. Oh, I might want to pack that just in case. Right. So when you pack your outfits out, and they're all out on your bed and you can see where you're going with each of those outfits and what you're going to be wearing them for, and you can see them on your bed, then it will help you pack less of the just in case pieces. Okay. And then I want you to make sure that you pack one elevated outfit that's just a little bit on the nicer side, but don't go crazy. Like, don't put your Sunday dress in there and your heels just in case, if that's not really going to be used. Like, you're not practically going to be wearing that. Okay. But like my linen blazer, I will put that in my suitcase just in case I need something a little bit nicer. But it's an item that I can fold up really, really small. And also, just for me, I know that I get cold, and so I'm going to wear it. It's not going to just stay in my suitcase. I'm likely going to pull it out and wear it. So it's not one of those, oh no, I might need it, scarcity, fear, I've got to pack all of the things just in case. It's not one of those things for me. It's something that I'm going to put it in just in case I need it. I'm probably going to need it. I probably will wear it because I'm usually cold. Okay. But it will also work really well if there's a nicer restaurant that we decide to go to and we want to up level our, elevate our outfits to go to this nicer restaurant or whatever. That's going to be something that I can use for that. So that is something that I would recommend, having something that's just a little bit more elevated so that you can put those in those places. Okay. Bring one pair of like stylish walking shoes. It could be a loafer, it could be a wedge, just whatever shoe is really comfortable for you to walk in, that's a little bit more stylish. And then bring one pair of like a dressier type of shoe, a sandal or heels or something like that. And then pack something that's kind of um, a fun flip flops or flats or something that's kind of works with most outfits, but's kind of fun as well. Those are the shoes that I usually pack. So a pair of walking shoes, a pair of a little bit more dressy shoes, and then a comfortable pair of flats or flip flops. Those are usually the three shoes that are in my carry on, no matter what trip I'm going on. Okay. So here's a little pro tip, like a mindset shift tip. You're dressing for um, the experience that you're having, not just the weather. So, how do you think about your outfits and how you want to feel dressed in those outfits? So, the question I would ask you is, how do I want to feel in the moments? That's what I would ask myself. So, yes, you're going to dress for the weather. Yes, you're going to dress for the event. Yes, you're going to dress for all of those occasions. But I really want you to think about how you want to feel in those moments that you are going to be on that trip, because that's really super important. How you want to feel about yourself. Confident. I want to feel beautiful. I want to feel certain. I want to feel um, polished or powerful, whatever the words are for you. Think about that when you're packing your stuff. Okay. Let's move on to number 3. Use layers and accessories to transform your looks. So this is going to be this is something that I work with my clients on just in general, because most of you have really good clothes in your closet. You just don't really know how to put them together so that they feel put together, so that they feel complete, so that they feel stylish. That's what you guys are telling me when I'm working with you. Layers and accessories are what do that for you. Okay. So you could take the same base outfit on day 1 and change it up with different accessories or layers on day 4. It's the same exact outfit, but you've just changed the accessories or layered it, and you have a totally different outfit that looks completely different. Okay. So think about bringing 2 to 3 light layers, like a denim jacket or like my linen blazer or a cardigan or like a vest kind of sweater like what I'm wearing right now. I can wear this with lots of different shirts underneath it. I can also put just a t-shirt on and a blazer over top, and it could be a completely different outfit, right? So think about those kinds of things. Accessories are going to bring in your style elements, is what I call them. That's going to bring in your personality. That's going to bring in versatility. It's going to bring in your different looks of, the types of looks that you have. That's going to be what brings in the differences in your outfits from day 1 to day 4, those kinds of things. So think about accessories as your personality. For me in general, like if you're watching the video, you're going to see that I have accents of gold with my outfit. I always am going to bring in my outfits of gold, my shiny jewelry, because that's kind of my personality. So I'm always going to be bringing in those things. Okay. I've got these bold earrings on today, and they match the buttons on my vest. So that's something that you can take into consideration. I usually have on bracelets. I'm going to be doing hair later today, and so I don't want to have a bunch of bracelets on, so I didn't put them on today, but I usually have bracelets on. I usually put them on the hand that I have on my watch, because I'm right-handed, and sometimes the bracelets, if I'm going to be writing or on my computer, they get in the way. So think about that. But all of those things that you can do are simple. Like I have a bag that's inside of my suitcase that has all of my jewelry in it, and it just fits in this little bag. So my bracelets, my earrings, my necklaces, all of that stuff fits in just this little compact bag. And then depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing, I will layer those accessories and those necklaces and bracelets and whatever to create whatever look I want to create for that outfit. Okay. So layers and accessories can bring an outfit up, it can elevate an outfit, or it can make an outfit look completely different based on what you use those accessories for. Okay. You can also use hats, sunglasses, purses, um, anything that you can fold up and get into a small little compact thing to put in your suitcase. And then you use those to create different looks throughout your trip. So here's another like pro tip. Roll your clothes or use packing cubes, and that will make more space in your suitcase. You'll be able to get more space out of your suitcase if you roll your clothes. So when I went to London just a couple of weeks ago, I put my pants and my shirt and my underwear and my socks together, and then I rolled them up. And it was like a little roll. And I had, like, at the top of my suitcase, I had, roll one for day one, day two, day three, day four. And it was all the whole thing rolled up the entire outfit in one little section. And sometimes I've like folded them flat and tried to do them flat, but I realized when I went to London that when I rolled them up, I actually ended up having more space when I rolled them. So that's just a little packing tip for for ease, I guess you could say. So, and it kind of keeps you from doing that last minute throw in because you can see the outfit, you roll it all up, and it's just there. So, and it's a lot easier because you just grab the bundle and that's your outfit for the day. So it's a lot easier. So that's your three tips for packing, for your capsule wardrobe packing, so that you can feel like you're not packing 17 tops and having nothing to wear, because that really stinks when you get to your destination and you're like, what in the world, what did I think I was going to do in this trip, right? That's sometimes that's what I say to myself. I mean, in the past, and a lot of my clients will tell me that they get to their trip and they have like so many clothes, but they don't know what they're wearing. They just have no outfits. It's terrible. So just to recap what we talked about today, you want to create a mini capsule with a color palette. So that's really important to create that mini capsule and your color palette that goes with it. Okay. Plan your outfits and your activities so that you know that you have the right outfits for the activities that you're going to be doing. Okay. And then use layers and accessories to get more outfits out of less clothes and a, a more of a variety of outfits with less clothes. Okay. So style um, doesn't, like, you don't leave style behind when you go on vacation. It comes with you. You just make it easier and more practical. So you can do that with a capsule wardrobe, with a capsule travel wardrobe for your trip. You can do that. Okay. So I hope that this episode was useful for you. Go to the show notes or to the Facebook group for the little PDF I'm going to create for you for this episode. It's just going to be a simple like checklist because I like checklists, and I think it's a lot easier to see your your wardrobe and your outfits when you can have a checklist. If that's you, great. If not, that's fine too. You don't have to have the checklist, but I always like it. So I want you to share your favorite vacation outfit with me. I want to see it. So go to the Facebook group, take a picture, put it in the Facebook group. I love when I have people in the group sharing things with me. I love to see all of your things. So share it with me in the Facebook group or tag me in your story on Instagram or a post on Instagram and tag me so that I can see your vacation outfit. I would love to see your outfit. I have a couple of clients that have shared their airport outfit with me. So I would love to even see your outfit that you're going to wear to the airport. So tag me in your airport outfit too if you think about it. So I know that you guys are traveling a lot this summer, so I hope that this helps you with your packing and tag me in your social medias, in your stories, and all the things when you go on your vacations. I'd love to be part of your vacation. And let me know if you have any questions. DM me or message me in the group if you have any questions. I would love to support you this summer as you go on your vacations. So, okay, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to get the download of the checklist down below and tag me in your socials and um, have fun on your vacations. I can't wait to see where you're going. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.